André,
What, Sarah?
how big is the US military in 2026?
Quite big, I would say.
Let's watch a video about that.
Okay, Sarah, if you want, the title of the video is You Won't Believe How Massive the US Military Really Is. Sarah, say hello to our friends.
Hi guys!
Our friends, thank you so much for all the support. We really appreciate that. That said, Sarah, ask them for the most important thing.
Guys, leave a like, thumbs up.
And if they subscribe,
You make our day.
damn right. Link below. Let's go.
The US military doesn't just fight wars, it feeds on them. Every conflict makes it stronger, faster, more advanced, and that's why the world calls it its police force. But even if you think you know how powerful it is, you don't. On today's
Oh, come on. We know USA military is the best.
Tell them, Sarah.
Yeah.
Of course we know how strong the US military is. We reacted to multiple videos at this point, so I think we are very well informed.
Yes.
That said, Sarah, I believe this year they are investing over, pay attention,
Okay.
$1 trillion in the military.
$1 trillion.
They invested 800 billion, right now is $1 trillion.
Okay.
Crazy.
That number exists.
That, yeah, for American it is,
Alright,
is
okay.
more than the top 5 combined.
Okay, it's hard to imagine, but okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
episode of the Infographic Show, we're revealing how massive the US military really is.
It's massive.
The US military didn't start as a superpower. It began as scattered militias fighting for independence. But every war since has forged it into something bigger. And when World War II erupted, that transformation went nuclear. From that point on, America wasn't just fighting wars, it was shaping the world order itself.
You know what? It's actually kind of crazy how much America ended up capitalizing on World War II. Because the American empire ended up rising so fast, all of a sudden is the superpower of the world.
It's impressive.
It's
yeah.
really impressive,
Yeah.
to be fair. And even the US military, 100 years ago, it was not relevant from what I understand. And right now, again, number one by far. On this type of stuff, it's actually interesting to study history.
The second half of the 20th century, the world was still feeling the fallout from global war, and the United States stepped into the void. Fueled by the economic boom of World War II, it built a military so vast that no recovering power could hope to match it. And each conflict brought the next upgrade. Weapons got smarter and deadlier, supply lines became faster, more complex, and nearly fail-proof. And from orbit, surveillance systems could track a target anywhere on Earth, from heights no conventional weapon could ever reach.
You know what? We know this is true because they got Maduro in the capital of Venezuela.
Yeah, it was
How
insane.
crazy
yeah,
is that again? And you know what? They believe they end up using some type of laser weapon or supersonic weapon.
For what?
I don't even know if this could be fake, to be fair. But I believe made Maduro soldiers very confused.
Oh, okay.
It's like a psycho type of weapon. Again, I don't know if this is true, but coming from the US military, I kind of believe it.
Yeah, okay.
US military stopped defending its own borders and started managing the planet like a network. Cables, shipping lanes, currencies, and skies all fell under its constant watch. No other force on Earth operates at the scale of the US military. Its current operations include over 750 military bases, from tiny airstrips in Africa to entire cities in Asia and Europe. It's a system designed to project power anywhere on Earth within hours. The ability to appear everywhere at once, before anyone else can react, is what makes it both terrifying and awe-inspiring. The United States military isn't just an army, it's an institution that acts like part government and part economy. Wherever it sets up a base, infrastructure follows, roads appear, trade grows, and local diplomacy starts to move in its orbit. The reasoning for this is simple. America holds the world's largest economy and bankrolls its most advanced military network. Through a vast network of allies, many of them economic powerhouses, America doesn't just influence the world, it runs it. The US doesn't ask for permission to act, the rest of the world needs permission to keep up. On paper,
But the thing is, they say that they spend billions of dollars on the US military, and we know this is true.
Yeah.
But they never tell, they never show all the numbers. What I mean with this, They also make money with the US
Yes,
military.
of course they sell
Weapons.
weapons. Yeah.
They sell weapons to a bunch of specific for NATO countries. I know they sell a lot of weapons. So I would love to see the numbers, Okay, they spend 800 billion, but they make what? 400 billion, 500 billion? Because I think that's quite more fair than just saying America spends a trillion, It's really a trillion. You know what I mean? I don't know.
paper, the U.S. stands near the top of almost every category, especially against nations of similar size or wealth. But what truly keeps this machine running isn't just money or manpower, it's the supply chain. Amazon can deliver a package to your door in 2 days. The U.S. military can do the same, only instead of a box, it's a fully armed battalion of Navy SEALs. Within 48 hours, they can touch down anywhere on Earth. And that's just the standard. The Immediate Response Force, led by the 82nd Airborne Division, can deploy anywhere in the world in just under 18 hours. For deployments within the contiguous United States, it becomes 8 hours. This is all possible thanks to the Defense Logistics Agency, arguably the world's largest logistics operation. Every day, the agency processes over 100,000 requisitions, everything from rifle ammunition and jet fuel to the exact wrench a radar team needs in Djibouti. It holds 5 million items across 25 global distribution centers. If a Marine in Okinawa needs boots at 3 a.m., the system already knows his size, his unit, and the fastest route. The boots will arrive
What the hell? That's crazy. But
They can have control over the world, basically.
No, they have
Because they have fatalities, they have military
everything.
bases everywhere. They
Everywhere.
have what? Submarines? It's insane.
And think about, because I think it's fair to say this, think about the things we don't know.
Yeah. Right.
They are saying 6 hours, maybe it's 2. You know what I mean? There is a lot of technology that Americans don't
tell us.
Don't tell us, Even
right.
Americans living in America don't know.
know,
It's,
okay.
it's a secret. The government keeps that as a secret.
before his shift ends. But the military doesn't just supply its own troops, it also supplies 89 countries through foreign military sales programs.
See?
When an allied nation needs weapon systems, training, or spare parts, they don't call Lockheed Martin directly, they go to the Pentagon. In
That's why I would love to say all the numbers, how much they sell, how much they spend. I think it's important to have a better idea.
Yeah, I see.
2024, U.S.-approved arms deals topped $117 billion. If that total went to one nation, it would rank fourth in global defense spending, behind the U.S., China, and Russia.
I'm so sorry, my friend, but I had to stop the video. I was looking at my statistics on YouTube, and guess what? Most of my viewers are not subscribers. How the hell is that possible? Please consider to do it if you are one of those. That said, we are not done. Another thing, if you can follow me on social media, links below. That would mean the world to me. You make my day, as you are aware. There is also a Patreon link below, and you may find some country music reactions. Take a look. You can join for free, actually. That said, let's continue with this.
The scale of the U.S. production and its economy means Washington decides who gets what weapons and who doesn't. Every F-16, F-22, or F-35 sold to an ally creates a lifeline of parts, maintenance, training, and software, all running through.
Wait, we have to go back. They said F-35. I thought they don't sell the F-35.
5 sold to an ally.
Wait, sorry.
And who doesn't. Every F-16, F-22, or F-35 sold to an ally creates a lifeline of parts, maintenance, training, and software.
You know what? I don't want to correct the person on this video, but I'm pretty sure that at least the F-22 Raptor, they don't sell it.
Okay.
The best jets, they keep them.
Makes sense, yeah.
Maybe they sell the F-35, but the F-22, I'm almost sure they don't. But again, correct me if I'm wrong, my friends.
All running through American channels. It's like selling someone an iPhone, except this one can level a city block, and only Washington is in charge of the App Store. The U.S. moves its war machine by sea. The Military Sealift Command runs 125 ships, most crewed by civilians, carrying tanks, helicopters, ammo, everything a fight needs, even when there's no airport nearby. 17 of these ships stay permanently equipped, floating in strategic locations. One ship can keep a Marine brigade fighting for a month. 16,000 tons of cargo, tanks, guns, fuel, food, and field hospitals. It's enough to start or finish a war on its own. And when the
That's
ships are
good.
too slow,
The crews have everything they need.
Yeah, but they say that America can fight two major wars, let's say against China and Russia, random countries, of course, by at the same time.
At the same time.
Yeah. I'm not sure if right now is the same, but they believe they can fight Russia and China at the same time. Yeah.
Whoa, okay.
Crazy, yeah. And at the same time, and with chances of winning. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of
It's not
course.
just fighting; it's also winning.
Civil Reserve Airfleet kicks in. This is one of those Pentagon programs that sounds boring, and then you realize what it actually does. In peacetime, airlines like Delta, United, and American fly passengers around the world, but buried in their contracts is a single clause. In a national emergency, those same jets become U.S. military transports.
Oh, that's crazy. We flew with Delta. Yeah.
We flew with Delta.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Your 450 commercial aircraft within 24 hours. What would normally be vacation flights can suddenly be hauling troops and gear to the Middle East. The airlines agreed to this arrangement decades ago in exchange for lucrative military cargo contracts. It's a good deal and a quiet reminder that civilian life still runs on military terms. And then there's those 750 bases. Some of them are huge. Ramstein Air Base in Germany is essentially a small American city on European soil. It has schools, shopping centers, hospitals, and even a Burger King. Over 59,000 Americans live there, including military personnel and their families. It's a little slice of
Oh, but that's awesome. You know, that they make like a mini America for the soldiers. I actually think that's awesome. We have a U.S. military here in Portugal. It's in an island. The name Azores. They say Azores, but
Azores.
I don't think it's that relevant anymore. That military base, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
suburban America dropped into Germany, except the driveways hold fighter jets instead of minivans. Ramstein serves as a logistics hub for all U.S. operations in Europe, Africa, and the Middle East. And if war ever breaks out with Russia, this would become NATO's frontline command for airstrikes. Diego Garcia is a tiny atoll in the Indian Ocean, and it houses one of the most important bases in the world. The island, which is barely 40 miles long, is a glorified gas station and ammunition depot for the entire Indo-Pacific region. B-52 and B-2 bombers fly out of the continental U.S. to Diego Garcia and then to the Middle East or Africa. Even submarines can refuel there, and carriers can restock. The base holds enough bombs and missiles for the...
They really think of everything.
No, yeah, I mean, yeah. If someone thinks about everything, is the U.S. military.
Okay.
Because it's a strategic point to attack the Middle East, China, if necessary, you know. But I agree that they really think it's very well taught, all the military bases.
U.S. to start and finish a war with a small nation without resupply. But that power came at a cost. Roughly 2,000 people were forced from their homes so the U.S. and the U.K. could build it. But bases like these are just the hardware. The real power lies in the network that connects them. The U.S. military even runs its own internet, SIPRNet, short for Secure Internet Protocol Router Network.
Okay.
So they have a special type of internet?
I didn't know about this also. Actually, see, we are learning. I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
It covers the entire...
But do you know that the GPS ended up being, I believe it was invented by the US military?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think so.
planet, linking bases, ships, and embassies.
Yeah, let's go back, sorry.
Its own internet, SIPRNet, short for Secure Internet Protocol Router Network. It covers the entire planet, linking bases, ships, and embassies in a closed digital web. Separate from the public internet, it transmits classified intelligence, satellite imagery, and operational directives around the world at all hours. A commander in Tampa can watch a live video feed from a drone over Yemen and receive updates from special operations teams in the Philippines, all at the same time. The whole network operates in real time, constantly updating and synchronizing. And above all of this are the eyes in the sky. Satellites provide all that information at a glance. The U.S. operates at least 200 military satellites, though the exact...
It's amazing. It's amazing what the satellite can do.
Yeah. No, I mean, nowadays, people believe that if there is a war, or even now, sorry, they are fighting for the space, you know.
Oh, that's crazy.
You know, that this, again, a lot of this could be fake, to be fair, but some people believe that you can put an atomic bomb in the space. a nuclear weapon in the
Wait,
space.
Star Wars is real?
No, a lot of things that you see right now, I think, are more advanced than at least the first movies of Star Wars. They have laser weapons right now.
Yeah, they have.
So
It's true, yeah.
if a Marine wants a lightsaber, I think Americans can do it for real. I'm not even. The thing is, the lightsaber is not better than AM4 or something.
Exact number is classified. The true number is likely higher than the rest of the world's satellites combined. And they are not just cameras in orbit. Some handle secure communications. Others track missile launches through infrared sensors. Even the
Sorry, but did you know that they have laser? I'm not even joking. This is a fact. It's not fake. They have laser weapons.
Yeah, I believe you.
No,
Everything
because
is possible now.
when I ended up discovering that, I also was like, what? Because I also thought about Star Wars lightsabers.
Yeah.
But like I said, I think the guns they have are better than lightsabers.
number is likely higher than the rest of the world's satellites combined. And they are not just cameras in orbit. Some handle secure communications. Others track missile launches through infrared sensors. Even the GPS satellites that guide your phone and help you find a coffee shop are part of the same system that are part of the US military network. Meanwhile, the capabilities of these satellites have gotten scary. During the Cold War, spy satellites carried film that had to be dropped back to Earth for recovery. Now they can spot a license plate from orbit or track a single truck across a country. DARPA even suggested back in 2011 that future satellites might be broadcasting real-time video straight to commanders. Satellites
But okay, but this is also scary because we don't have privacy. You know what I mean?
Yes.
The U.S. military. We live in Portugal, but if they want, they can be watching us.
Yeah.
And not here, I think, right? I don't know. Maybe they
we
can.
are not special.
No, but if we are outside, they can actually track us.
Yeah, I
Oh,
believe.
that's a bit crazy,
Yeah,
right?
it's crazy,
It's actually crazy.
also form the first layer of nuclear weapon deployment detection, allowing the U.S. unprecedented response times for mutually assured destruction or MAD policies. The Vela satellites launched in the 1960s can spot the unique signature of a nuclear detonation from thousands of miles away. They can automatically tell the difference between a nuclear blast and a conventional explosion. They are so sensitive, they once detected gamma ray bursts from distant galaxies. The military built a system to watch for World War III and ended up advancing astrophysics. Over time, the Vela satellites were
No, but this is the good side of the U.S. militaries. They develop things, then become real technologies for other areas. You know what I mean? This is I like this a lot.
gradually replaced by a 4-satellite infrared grid, which can detect a missile launch the moment it ignites. Now let's talk about the naval fleet, because this is where things get genuinely insane. The U.S. Navy operates 11 large aircraft carriers, and it might not sound like much until you
Do you know how many Portugal owns?
One?
No, 0.
Oh,
realize that the rest of the world combined operates just 14 carriers. China has 3, India and Japan each have 2, and Russia
Oh God.
Do you
Okay.
think China have 3? We have 1. No
So
way.
the key is to have more than others.
Yeah, but it's impossible to have more than Americans
Yeah.
at this point.
is an
This is one of the most expensive things. They are billions of dollars.
Okay.
active.
That's why.
The rest are
okay.
operated by Spain, Italy, France, and Britain, all
Spain have okay, we may need one also.
Yeah.
NATO allies ready to assist the U.S. if needed. And none of them come close to matching an American carrier. The older Nimitz-class carrier displaces 100,000 tons, far more than the 80,000 tons that China's newest carrier Fujian moves. It is more than any other model in the world. Each one carries around 90,000 aircraft, more than many nations' entire air forces, and crews over 5,000 people. The newer Gerald R. Ford class pushes things even further, tripling generator output, adding an electromagnetic launch system that speeds up flight operations by 25%, and using advanced arresting gear that cuts maintenance and manpower. Each carrier has its own desalination plant, power plant, hospital, post office, and even jail. And they're not just
Even
warships,
jail?
they
Okay.
This is like a city in the ocean, basically.
Yeah.
You know?
are
Basically.
floating cities capable of
So they have military bases that are portable. You can bring them everywhere.
sailing for decades without ever stopping to refuel. Accompanying each carrier is a strike group composed of guided missile cruisers, destroyers, submarines, and supply ships. The battle group can project more firepower than most nations possess. When a carrier strike group parks off a nation's coast, it can project force for years, launching strikes, enforcing blockades, and shaping governments without ever setting foot on land. And that's why carriers are the ultimate diplomatic weapon, and every time one moves, the world pays attention. But the submarines are even more terrifying. The US operates 68 submarines.
But they also have a lot of planes that you cannot detect them.
Oh yeah, you're right.
They have
I
stealth,
forgot that.
they have stealth technology all over at this
yeah.
point. But submarines are crazy. Yeah.
Submarines, including 14 Ohio-class ballistic missile subs, which carry
Let's go back. We are talking a lot.
time one moves, the world pays attention. But the submarines are even more terrifying. The US operates 68 submarines, including 14 Ohio-class ballistic missile subs, which carry 20 Trident II missiles. Each missile carries up to 8 nuclear warheads, with the destructive capacity to eliminate most major cities in any country on the Earth. 3 of the Ohio class were retrofitted to standoff assault submarines, carrying up to 154 Tomahawk missiles that can blow up small ships or damage carriers and military bases. And these submarines are practically undetectable when submerged. They patrol the ocean silently and constantly, carrying enough nuclear firepower to end civilization. In late September 2025, one of the submarines surfaced roughly 500 miles from China's aircraft carrier group, right in the middle of its naval exercises. China never noticed. The message was clear: submarines are the ultimate stealth weapon. And when it comes to the skies, the US isn't lacking either. The US Air Force operates roughly 5,200 aircraft.
Boy.
I actually think think they are the strongest in the sky.
Yeah.
They
they think in
Everything.
everything.
all
yeah.
areas, yeah, all areas.
The air, the sea, and the land.
The land is where I think they are the weakest. You know, I think the weakest. They are probably still the best. But what I mean is, they know that no one will invade America. You know, so they don't need a lot of that. If they fight China or Russia, it will be about the Navy and Air. I feel like, you know what I mean.
Making it the largest air
Even invading a country like Russia, it will be very difficult for no matter if you are talking about China, the US. So this is how the wars are getting fought today: air, ocean. You know.
The U.S. Air Force operates roughly 5,200 aircraft, making it the largest air force in the world. The second spot is taken up by the U.S. Navy, with 2,600 aircraft. The U.S. Army and Marines are
So the U.S. Navy is the second.
The second. Who is the first?
No, they are the first
Oh, okay.
in the air, but the Navy is the second. That makes I don't
next
understand.
with thousands of helicopters, and when you add it all up, the U.S. didn't
No, I understand. So the Navy have so many helicopters and jets in the ocean that they are also the second biggest. That's crazy. Is that even true?
The second spot is taken up by the aircraft. U.S. isn't lacking either. The U.S. Air Force operates roughly 5,200 aircraft, making it the largest air force in the world. The
Okay, no surprise here.
second spot is taken up by the U.S. Navy, with 2,600 aircraft. The U.S. Army
That's crazy.
and Marines are next with thousands of helicopters, and when you add it all up, the U.S. didn't just develop air superiority, it made it policy, and it applies everywhere it flies. And that air dominance isn't just about fighters. The U.S. can deploy AWACS command planes to coordinate battles from the sky, or massive C-17 cargo planes that can land on rough airstrips in war zones. And when bombers or fighter jets need to get deployed to the other side of the world, they just refuel in midair. And then there are the drones. While Ukraine could be argued to have revolutionized the state of drone warfare over the past 3 years, it's the U.S. that developed the concept in the first place. The U.S. operates thousands of unmanned aerial vehicles, from tiny handheld quadcopters to the massive MQ-9 Reaper. The Reaper can stay airborne for 27 hours, carry missiles and bombs, and be flown via satellite link from a control room in Nevada. Some pilots have fought hundreds of combat missions without ever leaving U.S. soil. Drones let America strike anywhere on the Earth with no risk to its own troops. Of course, all these systems wouldn't exist if the U.S. weren't able to fund them. Thankfully, the biggest economy in the world is also, unsurprisingly, the biggest spender. But the scale of the investment is off the charts. The U.S. military budget for 2025 was approximated at $850 billion. That's
Okay. But I believe it's $1 trillion. No, actually, let's see. I also don't know if that's official.
more than the next 10 countries combined, including
Oh, 10. Okay, I said top 5. It's the top 10.
China, Russia, India, the UK, and France. But even that number is misleading. It doesn't include everything.
Wait,
The Department of
it's
Energy
crazy. So the USA has the strongest economy. So
They also-
it's impossible to defeat them.
I mean, it's not impossible. Seems impossible, but I think what can happen to America is like the economy is struggling. They still have the best military, but But for example,
Yeah.
China is becoming very strong in terms of China makes a lot of stuff nowadays. So they always have been making a lot of stuff. But China is growing a lot. So maybe some people believe that China can surpass America in terms of having money but in terms of military is where I don't understand because they are so far behind.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like if they get too close to America, maybe there is some war between them. This is a bit scary if you think about but right now America is winning in all fronts.
Energy manages the nuclear weapons stockpile at another $30 billion. Veterans Affairs added $400 billion in 2025. Intelligence agencies cost American taxpayers around $100 billion. When you add up every military-related expenditure across the entire federal government, the real number exceeds $1.5 trillion annually. In July 2025, President Trump announced that the Pentagon budget could surge past $1 trillion and stay near $900 billion for years to come. About a quarter of that budget goes to the people: salaries, healthcare, housing, and benefits. Roughly $170 billion buys new weapon systems. Another $140 billion funds research and development, a budget larger than the entire military spending of every country except China. The rest keeps the machine running: fuel, repairs, and maintenance across the globe. You might be wondering why the US needs all of this. After all, the country hasn't faced an existential military threat since the Cold War ended. No nation
No, but the America have a lot of enemies. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Now that we cannot we know this, right?
can invade the U.S. mainland. It's geographically impossible. The contiguous states are protected by 2 oceans and flanked by friendly nations to the north and south. But the system isn't about defending America from invasion. It's about maintaining the global order, one that benefits American
Okay.
interests. The
That
idea
makes
is that the
sense.
U.S. has total dominance: land, sea, air, space, and cyber. Power so overwhelming that no one even thinks about testing it. It's not just about fighting wars. The U.S. is trying to ensure wars never happen. The outcome would be so lopsided that nobody bothers trying. Some conflicts are inevitable. The war in Ukraine proves that. But even then, the first number President Zelensky calls is Washington, D.C. The same system underwrites global trade. More than 80% of the world's goods move by sea, and the U.S. Navy keeps those routes open. American ships guard the Red Sea from pirates, the Strait of Hormuz for oil, and the Malacca Strait, the world's single most important waterway. China may have the factories and the market, but with 80% of its oil and most of its goods coming by the sea, it sails under America's shadow. Companies
But that's one of the things that makes China a bit weak. They don't have oil, from what I understand. And America, on the other hand, have a lot of oil. Now they also have Venezuela. but the jokes aside, they have a lot of oil, and China needs to buy that. And oil is still very important,
and countries that benefit from this system don't pay for the protection. It comes out of the American taxpayer's pocket. In return, the dollar rules the world, and U.S. companies face almost no barriers abroad. It's a global protection racket, except everyone keeps paying by choice. The military also serves as America's largest jobs program. About 2.1 million people serve in active duty and reserve forces. Another 750,000 civilians work for the Department of Defense. That's nearly 300 million direct employees. Millions more build what they use: engineers, coders, machinists, mechanics. Defense giants like Lockheed Martin, Boeing, Raytheon, Northrop Grumman, and General Dynamics exist almost entirely to build weapons, and they employ a small city's worth of workers. No politician wants to be the one responsible for those jobs disappearing, so the money keeps on flowing whether it's needed or not. But what about the nuclear arsenal? The United States
At this point is like economy of its own, right? You know, that a lot of people rely on the American military to survive.
That's where the money comes from,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, is their job basically. So it's interesting to think about that. So even if Americans think the budget should be a bit lower, that means people also losing a lot of jobs. You know,
Right, yeah.
it's actually interesting to think about that.
States has approximately 5,400 nuclear warheads. About 1,700 are actively deployed and ready to launch within minutes. The rest are in reserve or awaiting dismantlement. The arsenal is divided across 3 platforms known as the nuclear triad. Intercontinental ballistic missiles sit in silos across Montana, Wyoming, and North Dakota. Submarines cruise the oceans with ballistic missiles. Submarines prowl the world's oceans, each carrying ballistic missiles capable of leveling continents. Overhead, strategic bombers stand ready to deliver nuclear gravity bombs and cruise missiles. The triad exists so that no first strike can erase America's nuclear power in a single blow. Even if every silo and bomber base were destroyed, the submarines would survive and ensure the world remembers why no one dares to start that war. The nuclear command structure is designed to be fast and lethal. The president
But to be honest here, the nuclear stuff, I don't care that much because I think even if Americans have more, the others also have, you know. And it is a route that if they start fighting nuclear, we are all basically that. So it does not matter.
No one wants.
No one wins, yeah.
Yeah.
alone has the authority to order a nuclear strike. No vote or debate required. Once that order is given, the world has about 30 minutes left. Intercontinental ballistic missiles travel so fast that America would have roughly 20 minutes to detect, confirm, and decide its response. But once the decision is made, it cannot be undone. Encrypted communication networks ensure that even if Washington were obliterated, the launch orders would still go through. The actual plan is practically automated. Once the orders are received, the planes fly, the silos open, and submarines start hunting. And this brings us full circle. The US military isn't massive because it needs to fight and win wars. It's massive because it sustains a global order, one where challenging it is a guaranteed path to annihilation. This is what keeps trade flowing and currency stable. Just look at what happens when a nation tries to go against that current. Russia invaded Ukraine in February 2022. Within 2 months, the ruble dropped over 50% and has been erratic ever since. The country's economy and trade are in shambles. Some military analysts suggest there's only enough equipment for a year until Russia completely runs out. Of course, this system is not free. It costs about $1.5 trillion a year, burning through more resources than entire nations, and it depends on infrastructure so vast it spans every continent. Critics of the system see a bloated empire maintaining control through force. Supporters see a peace-preserving system that, for all its flaws, has prevented global wars for 80 years. What nobody can deny is the scale, and it is continually growing. New weapons, new bases, and that's why no nation can truly rest while another is still developing. The moment you stop, you face 2 choices: join someone stronger or vanish. For the United States, there is no one stronger, so stopping isn't an option. You've seen how massive the US military really is, but there is a lot you still don't know. Thanks again to War Thunder for sponsoring today's video. Remember,
Well, actually we end up learning a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I had no idea USA had so much control over the world. Yeah.
No, but yeah,
Well, it's crazy.
They are kind of like the police of the world, you know, the cops of the world. No, it's crazy. I mean, and they are this year they will invest even more. Next year probably the same. So and makes a lot of sense that they have a lot of stuff they are not showing because they have been investing so much, but in terms of technology. They've been putting things out there, but not as much as expected, in my opinion. So they are, in my view, they are probably hiding stuff, which is normal. But yeah, Sarah, say goodbye to our friends.
Bye, guys.
Bye, my friends.